Before we start the presentation, I will introduce myself. My name is Kedistra Devinata, class Excellent Pasar, study number 21111711109. I will explain material, active and passive voice. The next slides, meaning active and passive voice. Active voice is a sentence with a subject that something or is a verb. Formulative voice, subject, verb, according to tenses, plus object. Passive voice is a noun phrase which will be the object of the active sentence. Formula passive voice, subject plus to be plus past participle plus by the actor. Use the active and passive voice in English. The first active voice, the example, then sing a song. Then is a subject, song is an object. Passive voice, example, a song is sung by then. The meaning, passive voice, the song is a object, but then is a subject. The first person simple passive. English has two voices, active and passive. The active voice is used when the subject of the sentence does the action in the example. A is the subject and B is the object. For example, my mom sing that song. My mom is a subject. The song is object. The passive voice is used when we focus on the object of the sentence in the example. B becomes the subject. For example, the song is sung by mom. That song is object. My mom is a object. Sometimes when the agent is on or only important to the meaning of the sentence, we do not use by. For example, this sweater is made in China. We form the passive with be or plus participle through the form of the verb. In the present simple, the passive is, or and participle through the form of the verb. Uh, if it defining the active, passive, and subject, verb, and object. Active, the teacher helped the new student. Active, passive, active, the teacher helped the new student. To the center, the concern. The new student is helped by the teacher. Passive, the new student is helped and by the teacher. The third, the teacher helped the new student. The teacher is subject. Help is verb. The new student is object. Passive. The new student are helped by the teacher. The new student is subject. All help the verb object by the teacher. Negative and question. Notice that the helping verb in passive sentence is always a form of the verb be. The active and passive. Affirmative. Ben walks the dog. The dogs walk by Ben. The make cookies here. Cookies are made here. Negative. Ben does not walk a car. The cat is not walked by bin. The do not make sandwich or sandwich are not made here. Question. Does bin walk to the rabbit? Is the rabbit walked by bin? How do they make the cookies? How are the cookies made? The present continuous passive sentence in the present continuous tense have the following structure: subject plus is or plus negative thing for of the verb plus object. Passive sentence in the present continuous tense have the following structure: object of the active sentence plus is or plus being plus participle formula of the verb plus by plus the subject of the active sentence. The example are given below. Active, I am reading a story. Passive, a story is being read by me. And the school example and the another uh, slide. Okay, the third past passive. In the past, the passive voice used the verb was and were plus past participle of the main verb. The passive voice past is often used to describe event in history. George Washington was elected president in 1708 GI crime or accident. Two people were killed in a rape with shooting on Friday night. 10 children were injured when part of this school roof collapsed. The fourth determinable case. Active subject will or shall plus first form of the verb plus object. Passive object of the active sentence plus will or shall plus be plus passive participle form of the verb plus by plus subject of the active sentence. The example below, active I will write a letter. Passive a letter will be written by me. The another example, the another is the slide. Okay, the next change or negative sentence into the specific. The example below, except she will not help. Use passive a we will not be helped by her. Uh, the example changing a negative sentence into the passive. We'll see the slide and the changing an interrogative sentence into the passive. Active, will you help him? Passive, I will he be helped by you. The another example, will you see the slide changing an interrogative sentence into the passive. The five present perfect sentence in the present perfect tense have the following structure: subject plus has or have plus past participle form of the verb plus object. The passive sentence in the present tense have the following structure: object of the active sentence has or have plus been plus past participle formula, the verb plus by plus subject of the active sentence. The change an assertive sentence into the passive. Example below, active I have written a story, and passive a story has been written by me. The another example, you see the slide. Okay, the next, change a negative sentence into the passive. Uh, this the example below. Active I have not received a telegram. Passive a telegram has not been received by me. And the con and another example, you see the slide changing a negative sentence into the passive. Changing an interrogative sentence into the passive. Passive from the sentence will begin with has or have when the active sentence begin with a question word, a, when, where, which, why, and etc. The passive sentence will also begin with a question word. When the active sentence begins with who or whose, the passive sentence will begin with by whom or by whose. When the active sentence begins with whom, the passive sentence will begin with who. Active have you keep the script uh, question. Passive as the script been kept by you question. The another example by the can interrogative sentence into the passive. You see the slide. Okay, I will next the material, the sick past perfect. When to use the active voice in the past perfect tense? Question. We read sentence in the active voice of the past perfect tense when we want to focus on the person or people who have performed an action in the past before another action or time. A structure, subject plus part plus past participle plus object. Subject, the door of the action. The door is the person and the people, and action is the adverb of time. Object, the receiver of the action. Okay, the example. She had finished the project before the deadline. She had finished it. Is the focus on the person. and project action deadline. They had quit the job. They had focus on the people. Quit the job, focus time or action. In this example, we are focusing on the person or people who had performed the action in the past. When to use the passive voice in the past perfect tense. Sentences are written in past perfect passive voice when we want to focus on the right verb of the action, when we want to talk about what or whom the doer of the action. He, the action had exert upon, and then we shift the focus to the object of the verb from the subject. The object becomes the subject, and the subject to becomes a relevant or less important entity in the sentence. Structure object had been plus participle plus by the subject to example the project had been completed by her before the deadline. Active voice job had been quit with them. Active voice subject the structure active voice subject plus heart plus verb three subject passive voice object heart plus been plus verb three plus by plus subject. The next, the seven material is the passive voice without be. The auxiliary verb be the passive voice is formed by using a form of the auxiliary verb be and is or was were by and been followed by past participle of the main verb active. He loves me and saw our children to the circus and active stole my money. The passive am a lover children which involved the second children were taken to the circus and when he was stolen. Notice who the be. Be is absolutely changed the meaning of the verb form. Action, condition, or form doing to being. He remember his grandmother. The eight passive or verb containing two objects. Many sentences have two objects, direct and indirect object. A direct object generally denotes a non-defined thing it used after indirect object. After direct and indirect object in a sentence. An indirect object generally denotes a living person or animal used just after the main verb in a sentence. The active and passive voice structure. Object and structure. Indirect object. Subject. Indirect object plus verb. Be plus verb three. Plus one participle plus direct object plus by plus object. Direct object. Subject. Or direct object plus verb or be plus participle plus for or to plus indirect object plus by plus object. Okay. Active passive voice, active and passive voice. For example, active Radha gave me a pen. Passive I was given a pen by Radha, or a pen was given to me by Radha. I sent the email to John. Passive John will be sent an email by me. The nine passive voice of sentence containing a preposition. If we can find an object in an active voice sentence, we can make the sentence passive. Here are some examples of active voice sentence with intransitive verb and professional object along with their passive counterparts. I'll turn to the radio. The radio is the propositional object. Radio was turned to by me. Me is the subject. Bird speaks to me. Me is the propositional object. I'm I'm spoken to, and by verb is structure. She walked on the red carpet. The red carpet was walked on by her. They sleep in bed. The bed are sleep in bedroom. The next, here are some examples where prepositional phrase following the intransitive verb does not act as a prepositional object. That sentence cannot be made passive. I listen amidst the news. Bob speaks in Rogel. She walked in circle. They sleep during the lecture. Sign passive or verb with object and object complement. After the verb, the direct object can be followed by an object complement. A. Near or adjective which describe or classifies the object. The elector him the elector him their leader. The inverter is object complement. The other children called Arstafid. Arstafid is object complement. We all regard her as an expert. Queen Victoria considered him a genius. When these close are replaceable, this object's complements become subject complement. They come after the verb. He was elected their leader. Okay, thank you for the presentation. Uh, will be the wrong words. Think, sorry. I will close by Rama Santi. Om Santi. 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 Om.